Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at a review of the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Stormtrooper. Here's a closer look at what's written on the back and the artwork. Now, I wanted this figure when it first came out, but it was pretty short-packed in that wave, so I ended up buying it from a vendor at a con booth for a little more than retail. Not terribly much. I actually got a pretty good deal on it, but I knew that once I bought this, I'm probably going to see it in stores a little bit later, and sure enough, with the Anakin Skywalker and Clone Trooper wave, there are more Stormtroopers and Boba Fett's in it. Oh well. Right out of the package, and I already like this figure because there are some basics to this Stormtrooper figure that they got right. I'm really glad they didn't screw them up. You got the Stormtrooper helmet, and all these little lines, the little blue lines that go down the side of the helmet, are very well painted. The little black and silver nubs right there on the side, the eye holes, the little side sections, even the little mouth grate. It's all very well done. The black line bleeds a little bit on the top, but that's not too bad. Even the back section of this helmet looks really, really good. The rest of the figure is so simple that I feel like if you screwed up these dots, if you screwed up like by having any paint blemishes, if you screwed up that helmet, then the figure's done. So I'm glad that they got it right, because if you screw this up, you've just got a terrible figure. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the figure. The sculpting on it's really good. The paint on that back little nub section's cool. The use of black paint mixed with the white reads well, and they did a good job painting those little dots. His belt looks good. One little nitpick, it's got this hole in the back. That hole is from the Sand Trooper where the backpack connects, but if this figure doesn't have a backpack, then I don't really need that hole there. There is some really good articulation on this, considering the armor could be limiting. You know, you've got this little mid-torso cut. You've got the bicep, the double elbow. You've also got the hinged wrist that goes up and down. And then this one that goes side to side. I like that they have their own hinge that goes differently. Shoulders are alright. That little plastic piece does get in the way a bit. But you don't need his arms to go all the way out into like a T position. He'll be fine. He does have the hinged base of the neck and the ball joint in the neck. Great range of motion there. Real great. So great that, you know, the head easily comes right off, so be careful for that. Also, I like that he's got the hinged leg, and you feel like he wouldn't be able to have a mid-thigh cut, but right at the top of the thigh where it meets the butt, there is a cut. So that is pretty cool. I'm glad they were able to include that. Another thing I'm glad they included is the swiveling hinge at the ankles. That front ankle joint's cool and all, but that swivel really does help stabilize the figure. I also like they included double knee joints. I like double knee joints. It's good articulation, and I like that the black kind of hides it there a bit. I mean, you know it's there, but the black really does kind of mask it, and so does that knee piece. Also, these little side sections, I mean, they look cool, but they do limit just how far you can spread the legs apart, but they're not that limiting because they're pretty short. And then he's also got his little pouch for holding his blaster. Now we can take a closer look at his accessories, including this blaster. Very basic, but it looks good. But what looks better is this one. I like the little use of silver paint. Makes it kind of dirty, a little bit of carbon scoring, but it looks cool. Lastly, here's a look at the Stormtrooper next to the original Clone Trooper figure, just so you can see the differences between the two as far as the paint job, you know, how dirty the other one is. But I'm really happy with the way the Stormtrooper turned out. It's a simple figure, but it's a basic necessity if you're collecting Star Wars figures. It's such a major element to the movies, and it's such a classic design, too. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks great. Thanks for watching.